Hours at Southern Twist Yarns. My name is Brenda, and Evie's in the background over here. And we are so excited to finally get this working and have Jan Hurwitz from Berroco, who is here with us today. And I hope that we'll get some people on here to ask some questions. And we have chat open, so you're able to send some chat. If you have any questions, you can chat. Welcome, Jan. We're so glad to finally make this happen.
Well, thank you, Brenda and Evie. Yeah, we've had a few run-throughs, but that ensures we really got it down, right?
We do. I mean, finally, we do. It's. I think we've got and understand what's going on here. Well, we are super excited about this event that's coming up, and I think we've got 15 days. It's our countdown, yeah. So that's really exciting. And
I'm so sorry. Dog, sorry.
Oh, hey, we keep it real here. If you've ever watched any of our Facebook lives, you know that we are okay with little things.
Sorry, he was sleeping soundly.
It's okay. So we are super excited, and we're getting all of our plans finalized, and everything is going on. And Mary Virginia was supposed to be here tonight, but she wasn't able to make it across the state. She's in a big whole 50-mile difference here. Yeah. But we're really excited about this, and we just wanted to come on, and I wanted to introduce you to everyone. And this will be also posted on our YouTube channel, so people will be able to go back and look at it later. Just a little bit of introduction of Jan. She has just been promoted, which we are super excited about for her. She is now the director,
the general manager of the Berroco business. Yeah.
Of Berroco. So congratulations.
Thank you, ladies. Yeah, big shoes to fill with Warren and Caroline retiring, but we've got exciting plans. So
well, I talked with our rep today, Ron, who will also be attending the event, and he just has wonderful things to say about you as well. So
well, Ron and I have been together many years, supported each other back and forth, and I understand Ron is going to knit his first scarf at the retreat.
He is. We have a pattern for him, so we are ready for him, and we're excited. And also, I just got the email yesterday that Berroco is coming out with a vintage sock weight yarn.
Yes.
That is really exciting for us.
We were very excited to see that.
You know,
I'll bring some with me.
Great. I told Ron that vintage is like, I don't know, an addiction here. We can't keep it on our shelves. We are constantly reordering vintage.
Well, so this is really it's our best-selling yarn. You know, that the vintage family, it comes out of our really wonderful mill in Peru, and it's just a real winner.
Oh, it is. Like I said, we can't keep it in stock. It's every time we're ordering it. I feel like I'm ordering it once a month.
It does seem like it.
So Jan, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk a little bit about the retreat. I guess I should preface it by saying how this kind of got started. This was kind of a little brainchild of mine a few months ago. We knew that we had wanted to do a retreat, and I thought, you know, we do so much with Berroco, and you guys are so good to us, and people love the yarn. And so I thought, let's see if we can make something happen. So I actually talked to Ron about it first. And I said, what do you think? And I knew that I wanted to bring in Mary Virginia. So I said, knowing when we were going up to H&H in Chicago, I asked her to meet with me first. And I said, does this sound like something you want to do? And she said, yes. And then we sat down with you, and you just blew up with ideas and came up with all this great ideas. So I'm going to let you talk a little bit about what you proposed to us and how we just kind of jumped on it. So if you would do that, please.
You bet. Oh, it was really fun sitting down with you and Mary Virginia at the H&H trade show, which, for those that don't know, has taken over sort of for TNNA. And we hadn't had an in-person show in a few years. So it was really fun to get together and do some brainstorming. We even pulled in one of our longtime sales reps, Stephanie, who covers the Southwest, because I knew she would have some great ideas. And so what I'm going to share in the retreat or teach as my piece in the workshop is how to design a very simple sweater. There's one on the mannequin on the table in front of Evie. It looks a little sack-like because it's not on the body, and it's probably a little big for the mannequin, but I made it to fit me, actually. So, so this is a terrific project for anyone who's been a little nervous about, dipping their toe into making their first garment, or someone who is really interested in the parts that go into designing a garment, which is really what we're going to do. It's very simple. We call it, what are we calling it? The simple boxy tee?
Yes.
Yes. And I used to own a yarn shop in Northern California many, many years ago, probably 20 years ago. And it was right in the height of the scarf phase. And so I came up with this workshop to take knitters beyond the scarf. And I used to call it Beyond the Scarf, but not by much. And
Cute name,
That's
actually.
cute. Yeah, it is.
really working with 2 rectangles. I did a little shaping on the shoulders just because that's how I wear it, and I have fairly broad shoulders, but you don't have to. I think there's some questions about, could we make it longer? Could we shape it a little bit? And I'll take you through all that. And one of the things that I like to emphasize up front, before we even cast on for the garment, which we're always ready and anxious to get going, is, understanding our own body measurements. We know what size to make. So we'll actually, take our measurements. We'll all be there together. So it's really good. And we'll have a worksheet for you. And then we need to swatch. And I know that's sort of something a lot of people don't want to hear because it takes time. It can take a couple hours to make a good size swatch. But I've always said you don't have to swatch unless you don't want the garment to fit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or you only need to swatch if you want it to fit. And, so I'll take you through starting that swatch, how big to make it. You'll start knitting, and if you want to change to a different needle size within your swatch, how to mark that. And then that will really be your guide to your stitch count, how to measure it. And I always recommend that we wet block our swatches and our garments. Now, there might be some yarns where you don't do that. You might steam it, but for some yarns, blocking can make a difference, and it can make a difference in the stitch count because it could bloom, So we'll talk about all those pieces, and I'll help you get really comfortable with the foundation to starting and understanding your garment structure and how to really make it fit you so that it's something you're proud to wear. I'll talk about finishing. So I've probably gone on far too long than you wanted, Brenda, but
No. But actually, I appreciate it. One of the things that we knew, and Mary Virginia and I spoke about this when we decided to do this, was that we knew we would have people that were going to attend, that wanted to attend, because who doesn't want to attend a knitting retreat or a stitching retreat, right? So that we already have made garments. But so we added some extra patterns that Berroco was very generous in sharing with us. And so some of those garments are also available for anybody that wants to go a little bit beyond. We have the Longfellow Cardi, which one of Mary Virginia's staff is knitting and just about finished.
Okay.
And Evie and I kind of collaborated on doing the Nia tunic. So we'll have that one as well. So can you speak to us a little bit about what you're going to teach people? Will they be able to adapt this to those patterns as well as for those that are just doing the boxy tee?
Oh, absolutely. So I think the discussion about measurements and then looking at a pattern and saying, how do I pick? Am I a large or an extra large? And how to determine the amount of ease you want in the garment. Because any good pattern will have a schematic, a diagram of the silhouette of the garment. And that will tell you the actual finished measurement. And then if I apply my measurements to it, I'll know how much ease that has. And I tend to like I don't like a tight fitting sweater. That's just me. So I will always look for several inches of ease. And so we'll talk about what that means, because you could easily maybe pick the wrong size and start casting on. We'll talk about what makes really good finishing. I think finishing and blocking can make or break a garment, just as far as how professional it looks. And then, just as a side comment, we are shipping off to you, I don't know, probably a couple dozen garments for the yarn tasting and a little bit of a fashion show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we kind of talked about this, and we are going to choose. Mary Virginia has chosen some, and I've chosen some out of my shop that we've never had, Berroco yarns that we've never had carried in here. And we are actually going to be doing a tasting of those yarns. So that's what Jan's referring to. So you'll get a chance, if you want to take a break in whatever project you're working on, to try different yarns. We have Lantern Moon needles, and we have some Knitter's Pride has also sent us some needles for you to be tasting. Have a Tenty bag, so we'll have a little trunk show of a Tenty bags as well. Plus we have some door prizes and some goodie bags. Of course, everybody likes a good swag bag, so we've got those available. So I think we're going to have a really good time. Let me ask you, Jan, what size needles should we have our knitters and our crocheters? I'm not sure how many crocheters we have yet, but what size needles should we bring?
Well, that's a good question. So I would look at the ball band of the yarns that we're featuring, which is Remix, Renew, and Luca. And I'm doing a second tee right now on Luca, so I know that I'm using a 7. What I would look at is on the ball band, if it suggests like a 6 to an 8, bring the 6, 7, 8s. If it suggests a 5, I would bring needles above and below that, because we all knit differently. And we'll talk about that in the workshop as well. And I just want to say, I go at everyone's pace. And if there's time where you just want to hang out and knit, and I'm going on into something else, that's totally fine. This is for you to really take some time out and enjoy being together, knitting, learning something, and just having fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we've got a great venue for those of you who have not been to the Wind Creek Casino and Resort. It was beautiful. I was very surprised and blown away. We've got great food. We have a nice private venue if you're thinking, a casino, but we will be far away from the casino. You can't even hear it unless you want to go to the casino.
And somebody this afternoon said, it'll be at the casino.
So there's a lovely pool area as well, and we've got great meals planned. So it's going to be a really fun event, and so I hope we still have time and there's still space available. So if anybody wants to come on. One of the questions that I also wanted to ask is, what if somebody wants to make a garment for someone else, like a grandchild or a daughter? What do they need to bring with them in order to do that?
That's a really good question. If you have a garment that fits one of those people that you want to knit for, that's like their favorite, they love this sweater, the child won't take the sweater off. If you can get your hands on it, bring it, or even just a snapshot or a photo of it. And it would be helpful to have the measurements of that person, at least the chest circumference. Okay. And yeah. The chest circumference, maybe length from shoulder to, top of hip, and sleeve. If you're doing a sleeve, a long or a short sleeve, that will help, and it'll take the guesswork out of it. Also, if someone wants to bring their own favorite garment, and I'm going to bring one that I modeled the red t-shirt after.
Good. Okay.
So I'm going to bring the one that I used, and it's a really then easy way to kind of like draw your schematic and put your measurements on it and go from there.
Okay, great. Okay, good. I think, and they'll be able to make that longer or shorter, or longer sleeves or shorter sleeves, whatever. We're all
very easy to do that. Yep.
Good. Okay. Well, I am looking forward to it. I know we're getting excited around here and making all of our plans. So I know it's gonna be a really great time. Is there anything else you want to tell us about or talk to us about Berroco or any?
No, we appreciate the opportunity to be a sponsor for the retreat. Thank you for inviting me and letting me, participate. These are the kind of best parts of my job. This is the most fun, and it's not like a really regular part of my job. So it's a real treat for me. I really can't think of anything else. I think you've put an excellent event together.
I'm coming to Alabama.
I'm coming to Alabama.
Is it your first time? Is it your first time to Alabama?
It may be. I've been many places. Okay. I've traveled with Ron. I don't think I've been to Alabama.
Well, we will welcome you. It's a great state. So we're excited about it.
I love spending time in the South. That's
a little different climate than what you're used to.
Okay.
It's been gorgeous right now, so it'll still be beautiful.
Hopefully it'll still be beautiful in 3 weeks.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, Jan, thanks so much. I cannot thank you so much for taking your time to talk with us. And I'm hoping that we will be able to see you soon. Well, I know we'll be able to see you soon. And I hope we can tell those last minute people that are still thinking about it that they should sign up. There's still room in there. Time.
You bet. And the other thing I was just thinking about as you were talking is, actually spending time, with a local yarn store, with your customers, your knitters and crocheters, having time to knit together and chat. I learn a lot. It's almost like doing a little bit of market research. I learn about what you're loving to make, the kinds of yarns you like, even, like needles that you like. So I welcome, the chance to do that.
Great. So can you think of anything else?
No.
I think we've got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're just
all right. Well, I'll see you soon in Alabama.
Yes, we will. We'll see you in about 15 days.
Okay. Thank you both.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jan. Thank you.